Hey guys, John Anthony Chihak Soltero. I am here with another review. This time, Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. Sony's first animated foray into the Spider-Man mythos. I'm just going to say it right now. It was amazing. It was spectacular. It was sensational. It was ultimate. Probably the best Spider-Man movie ever made. Um, the This is the Spider-Man movie that always should have been. I'm really proud. These are the moments when you're like really proud to be not just a comic book fan and an animation, having a degree in animation and and being a film student. Um, it's just a moment for pop culture because it kind of transcends what is possible when you do stuff live action. There's nothing that's impossible with animation. And Sony, like, crushed this. To throw a little back to my sister, it was handless headstand. It's an inside yoga joke. Um, Movie focuses on Miles Morales, who is Spider-Man. Um, the basis of the story, the overall gist of the story, and something that's coming out now online, or actually started a few weeks ago, the Spider Sona. Um, Basically saying Spider-Man could be anybody. You could be Spider-Man, and you could be Spider-Man, and you could be Spider-Man. The idea is that in the regular 616 universe of Marvel, that's our Earth, I guess. I don't know why they called it the 616 universe, but whatever. Um, in the regular universe of the regular Spider-Man universe in Marvel, Peter Parker is bitten by a radioactive spider. In another parallel universe, um, the ultimate version of Peter Parker is bitten by a radioactive spider. But then there's also this other cat, Miles Morales, who also gets bitten by a radioactive spider. He is turned into Spider-Man. Um, in yet an additional what if comedic universe, Peter Porker is bitten by a radioactive, I guess, spider, or maybe he was bitten by a pig. I don't know. I never read any of those stories. Um, Spider Gwen, Spider Man Noir, like all these different universes exist. That's the awesome thing about comic books is you can kind of take it out that way, and you can do a different variation of a character. The other really really cool thing was just the characterizations. I, I'm a huge fan of animation. Like I just did the review of The Incredibles. However, the character development in this movie in just one flick was done so extremely well. The choices for voice actors was spot on. The character designs were done so well. It's just all character development, every aspect of it, from the casting to the design to the costumes, to the way the character slouches or stands up tall or flips their hair or what have you. Um, the story had a lot of heart, and that's the basis of Spider-Man. It doesn't matter how you spin a web. It doesn't matter what universe, what perspective. Spider-Man has heart. Uh, because Spider-Man's just a regular guy, he just happens to have powers. He's not a billionaire, with all these tech gadgets and stuff like that. He's not a genius, he's a science whiz, maybe a genius, I don't know, but he's just kind of a normal person. He you take away the powers, he's just your average New Yorker. Um, but Miles Morales's journey in this story was great. There's a plot twist in it if you haven't already seen the movie, um, that I pretty much figured out maybe third third of the way through the movie, half the way through the movie. Um, but it's it was so well done. I mean, you had a lot of really cool renditions, recreations of classic Spider-Man characters and villains specifically. The interactions with like Aunt May uh, were great. With Mary Jane was great. I mean, they brought in, the classic Spider-Man villains. Some of them were souped up and updated. Some of them were ultim, ultimatized from the Ultimate Universe specifically. But the main focus was on the relationship between Miles and Peter, and how this hero in Peter Parker could teach this kid who's just coming into his own. He wants to be his own person. He wants to be independent. Just like any other teenager, he's kind of embarrassed by his parents. He doesn't want to be going to the prep school that he's going to. He deliberately like bombs questions on a test because he wants to get kicked out. He wants to be in his neighborhood. He wants to be with his friends and stuff. They did it so well to make him a relatable character, and that's the thing that you're gonna miss if all you're looking at is the beautiful visuals. And the visuals were stunning. When this movie comes out on Blu-ray, I'm tempted to get it on 4K because it was just that spectacular looking. 3D animation, so 3D modeled, but with 2D cell shading on top of it. If you've ever seen cosplayers going to conventions or anime shows and stuff like that, and it's more significant that I've noticed with people who are cosplaying like video game characters, and they'll have the makeup on and everything, and they'll put the line on their nose, and then they'll put like for the women they'll put like the line for the cleavage on the top of their chest, and they'll put like the cheekbone line and stuff like that. They did that in this movie, and so it was comic book artwork come to life. It was really cool. And something I was really really happy to witness. I went to go see this with my friend Lizzie, and we were geeking out about it, and we went to go see it in 3D. And if you have not seen the movie yet, or if you've seen it already but you didn't see it in 3D, go see it in 3D. It's totally worth it. You won't be disappointed, and I mean, I'm not giving you a money back guarantee, but if you're disappointed by this movie, I don't know what to tell you because it was phenomenal. Um, there was so many like cool things about it, and just the message and the delivery and everything was above range. Like I have friends who like kind of sparse out when they go to see movies, and we meet up for art group, and I was like, me and this one other guy in art group had seen it, and we were just like, you gotta go see it, you gotta go see it. And then our friend John, he went and saw it, and he was like, oh my god, that was good. And then our other friend Jesse, who introduced me to the art group, he had seen it. He was just like, wasn't it freaking good? I've not heard one person say one bad thing about it, and if I have, I probably glossed over it somewhere. Uh, just tremendous, and we got the little foam Spider-Man keychains when we went to go see it, and I I have mine on the dashboard of my car, which is it's like my superhero mobile. Like that's just the way it is. But Um, if it was possible to give it more than two thumbs up, I guess like two thumbs and two big toes like up. Like this movie was badass. That's all I have to say. And now Nick Cage gets to play Spider-Man 2, I guess. So he's been Big Daddy. Uh, he was going to be Superman in that Death of Superman, Superman Returns, Lives, whatever. That didn't happen, but go check out those pictures on the internet because that's something in and of itself. He voiced Superman in Teen Titans Go to the Movies, and now he has also voiced Spider-Man, uh, one of the Spider-Men, I should say, in Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. The soundtrack is great. Uh, Visuals are great. The story is great. The characters are phenomenal. The animation is wonderful. The direction is stupendous. Um, and I know everybody's going to be like, well, why aren't you thanking Stanley and Steve Ditko? And thank you to Jack Kirby for all his work that he did at Marvel, and thank you to John Romita Jr. for everything he did as well. But big thanks to Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley for creating, uh, relaunching Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe and creating the phenomenon that is Miles Morales. Miles Morales, who is Spider-Man. Um, Check it out if you haven't seen it. If you haven't, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's tops. So definitely go and see it. You will not be disappointed.